Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are trying some newness from e.l.f. Cosmetics. You guys know I usually keep things high-end here on my channel, but e.l.f. Cosmetics every once in a while gives us products that first truly intrigue me and second usually end up performing really good for a fraction of the price. There were 3 products e.l.f. recently came out with that I was very interested in trying. One of them, of course, being the new e.l.f. liquid blushes. These are called the Camo liquid blushes. I got 2 shades, the 2 lightest shades, because I thought those were the ones I'm going to be using the most, and I cannot wait to try them and tell you how these do. Then they also came out with this right here. This is a full coverage, long-lasting, dewy finish foundation. It's called the Camo Hydrating CC Cream. It's got tremella mushrooms and hyaluronic acid, and I also cannot wait to try this one. I'll go over prices in a minute. And then the third product I really wanted to try, unfortunately I couldn't get my hands on, and it was, let me just put a picture here, their new Pout Cloud Lip Plumping Pens. These are, I think, supposed to be a dupe to the Tarte lip plumping pens that I love, and so I really was looking forward to trying these. Take a look at the beautiful swatches. As soon as these become available here in the US, I promise you I'll get my hands on them and try them. But in today's video we're trying the 2 main products I just mentioned, plus because I was already shopping the e.l.f. website, so I had to get a couple more things. I'm also wanting to try these right here. These are their Cream Glide lip liners, and lastly their Glow Reviver lip oil right here, which looks very interesting. I got this one in the shade Pink Quartz. So I have a lot of new goodies to try in today's video. I'm going to do a bit of a wear test on the foundation, and at the end of the video I'll tell you how it wore throughout the day. All of these products are of course listed down below in the description box of the video, so if you're interested in shopping for any of these, check out the description box for the links. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started. First things first, let's try this new full coverage, long-lasting, dewy finish foundation. And the dewy finish on a full coverage, long-lasting foundation was definitely one of the things that piqued my interest the most. You guys know I love a hydrating, glowing foundation, but they're usually like medium coverage, not full coverage. So I was definitely very interested in trying this one. And then of course it is pretty affordable. This one was only $15. I got mine in the shade Light 205 Neutral, and I gotta say I commend the e.l.f. website on having a very easy way to find your shade. I mean, hopefully it's the right shade for me, but they ask you your skin tone, like fair, light, medium, tan, dark, deep. I think it's how they broke it down, and then they go through different undertones to help you determine what your perfect match is. Again, we'll see if this even matches. I think it will, but I like the simplicity of how to pick a foundation that might match you. This one also has an SPF of 30, which I didn't notice before, on top of the tremella mushroom and the hyaluronic acid. Let me go ahead and pump up, oops. All right, I pumped out some of it right there on the back of my hand. On the back of my hand, it looks like a perfect color, and it has a very nice creamy consistency, a beautiful coverage, and it does have a dewy finish. So let's put it on the face and see how it wears. Again, my shade is Light 205 Neutral. It looks like a very good match. And I think it does have a teeny tiny bit of a scent, but I can't even tell you what it is. I think it's just probably the smell of the sunscreen, because it doesn't smell like anything specific. Like, I don't think it has a fragrance added. The coverage is definitely very impressive, and one of the things that I am first impressions loving so far is how lightweight this foundation feels on the face. I got one more pump. I love how fast it covered all of my redness, and I love that it has a beautiful dewy finish that doesn't necessarily enhance texture. I gotta say, it honestly was a really good match. Beautiful neutral undertone, which is exactly what I like. The foundation has 1 ounce, which is 30 grams of product. It says to use 1 to 2 pumps. I used more than that, but also I dropped a lot of it on my table, which I just cleaned up, so I probably did end up using like 2.5 pumps. And it is made in China, designed here in the US. So far, so good. I'm definitely really loving the way my skin looks right now. It is making my skin look very, very natural. and I do really love the dewy finish as well. In a few minutes, I'll go outside and show you my makeup in natural lighting. I have to hurry up because I forget how early it gets dark nowadays. Anyways, for my color corrector, I'm going to use this one also from e.l.f. that I have been really loving lately. This one is super affordable, and it is their Peach Color Corrector. And I'm just blending it in with my sponge right in place. And as concealer, my Tower 28 one, which I cannot seem to get enough of. I love it. And once again, just blending it all in with the sponge. So before I set it with any powder, here's what the complexion is looking like. I do want to set it with a bit of translucent powder, especially underneath my eyes. So I'm going to use my Dennis & Myricks pink powder right here. And I'm going to dab it right under my eyes and also a little bit right on the center of my forehead here. And this is just going to help blur out my pores. I love that. I cannot believe how fabulous this is looking. I'm really hoping that it wears well throughout the day, because if it does, this foundation might just be a new favorite. If it performs the way it's performing right now on me throughout the entire day, it might just be a new favorite. It's just lovely. I love how thin it is. I love how it immediately covered up my redness. My pores are non-visible. It is just perfection. So far, I'm loving it. I'm going to use a bit of a cream contour. This one is from Westman Atelier. Just all around my forehead, cheeks, nose, and jawline. And I'm just blending and buffing with a brush. Lastly, my elf.Cosmetics bronzer on a fluffy brush. This is a reference number 5, which is my favorite. And it is time to try these right here. It's time to try the Camo liquid blushes. I got 2 shades. I got the shades Peach Perfect and Dusty Rose. These are rumored to be dupes for some Rare Beauty blushes. I don't have a dupe for Peach Perfect, but I do have one that is rumored to be the dupe for Dusty Rose, or Dusty Rose is rumored to be the dupe of the shade Bliss from Rare Beauty. So we'll compare them side by side in a couple of minutes, but first let's go ahead and swatch the new e.l.f. blushes. Here's what their packaging looks like out of the box, and I'm super excited about the colors that I chose for myself. Let's swatch them. Here is the shade Dusty Rose. And here is Peach Perfect, which is much lighter. Dusty Rose and Peach Perfect. Check them out. They look nice and pigmented with this very beautiful radiant finish to them. And I wanted to point out that they have a beautiful applicator. So take a look right there. It's nice and round, and it's got a really nice size to it as well. Here is the shade Bliss from Rare Beauty, and I wanted to put it next to this color here to see how close they are to one another. So let's go ahead and blend that out. The Rare Beauty one immediately has much more of a natural finish rather than radiant, and the colors are kind of similar, but I do think that Dusty Rose from elf.Cosmetics is peachier than Bliss from Rare Beauty. So to me, they're not necessarily the same. Again, starting with the finish, Rare Beauty has a much more natural to matte finish, and these over here are radiant. So I am not sure what people were talking about online. Possibly worth the price difference, because the Rare Beauty ones are more than $20, but they're definitely not the same. Anyways, let's go ahead and apply both of the shades I got, and then I might maybe make myself even, starting with the shade Peach Perfect. I'm just going to do a couple of dots here on this side. Peach Perfect is very, very light. I expected a bit more color from it, but it seems like a very light color blush for sure. And I'm just going to dab it to blend it in place. Yeah, this one is for fair complexions, I would say, because I have light skin and it barely shows up on me. Here's a couple more dots, and once again I'm just tapping it in place. It's nice and pigmented. I can see the color covering the whole area where I'm applying it. It's just not too different from the color of my skin, so you can barely see it. Here's no blush versus a little bit of blush on this side. So if you have my skin tone or any darker than me, I would not get Peach Perfect. It's way too light for us. But if you have very fair skin, then it might be a really nice flattering blush on you. And then the color Dusty Rose next, which I'll apply on my other cheek. Let me just do a couple of dots over here. This one we can definitely see. And I'm just going in with the same brush and just patting it where I want it. We can definitely see this one. I think it's very, very pretty. So the color Dusty Rose is definitely approved. I love the glowy finish that these blushes have, and the fact that even though they have a very glowy finish, they're not enhancing the texture on my cheeks, which is usually a huge concern for me. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of pair them together and see if I can make myself even. So going back with the shade Peach Perfect, I'm going to do a couple of dots up here to kind of make it fade out a bit, lighten up, if you will. And then I'm going to do the opposite on this side, and I'm going to get Dusty Rose on top of Peach Perfect to darken things up over here. I love the way the blush is looking, and I think I got my cheeks to look pretty close to one another. I came outside to show you what this looks like in natural lighting. Take a quick look because I forgot to put a coat on and I'm freezing. And also there's like not much natural lighting, I can admit that. It's very cloudy and it's about to be nighttime. Anyways, take a look right here. I love it. It looks so good outside too. Now that you saw what this looks like in natural light, and I'm sorry if the audio was horrible, I'm back in the studio and we are going to do a very quick, very simple eye look. I have a fluffy brush with me and I'm going to grab the shade Heaven from this Oden's Eye Jewels and Gem palette here that I love. And I'm just going to drag that shade all throughout the crease of my eye. I plan to use 2 shades for this eye look, and this is one of them. So just back and forth, building some depth, some dimension, and also making sure things look really nice and blended. And let's repeat over on this side, of course. Now that that color is blended all throughout the crease, in the center of my eyelid, I'm going to use the shade Rhapsody here, which is amazing and one of my favorite shades in this palette for sure. And I'm going to tap it all throughout the center of the eyelid and inwards, just tapping it in place and coming in. That is looking splendid. You know what? I'm going to use a third color. I'm going to use the color Elatedness here on a Refer number 2 as my inner corner and to define the crease a bit right through here. And then I'm going to grab just a bit more of the matte color and intensify the outer V a little bit with the same big fluffy brush. I'm also going to smoke out my lower lash area with that purpley matte shade. So I'm just back and forth adding it right in between my lower lash line. NYX eyeliner in the waterline. This one is the Epic Wear liner and the shade is called Graphic Purple. And then for mascara, Lash Sculpt from Anastasia. With the eye look completed, it is time to try these e.l.f. Camo Glide lip liners. I got the shade Pinky Swear. And wow, they do glide beautifully. I don't think the shade is written on the actual pencil. At least I'm not seeing it. But I did see it in the package. So the other shade is Mauve Aside. And it's a bit darker and a bit more cool toned. So take a look right there. These seem promising. They're nice and creamy. They have a really good pigmentation to them. I want to try the shade Mauve Aside today because it's going to pair better with the rest of my makeup. But both of them are beautiful. And if you like a more nude one, the lighter one called Pinky Swear is going to be really good for you. So anyways, let me go ahead and go for it. These are very pigmented. And these retail for only $2 each. Just by that little swatch right there, definitely worth it. $2 for that much pigment? Yes, please. In fact, let me go ahead and try the other one on the other side. Oh, wow. I love it. It is so beautiful. As you can see, I ended up trying them both and I love them both. So this one here is Pinky Swear. And then this one here is Mauve Aside. And I think I was wrong. I think that Pinky Swear actually matches better with the rest of my makeup today. So that is the one I'm going to leave on. I'm actually very glad I tried them both. So here is Pinky Swear on its own. I'm loving them. $2 and they are very pigmented, very creamy, very precise. Hopefully they're also long lasting. we'll have to test that out. So lastly, let's try the Glow Reviver Lip Oil, and this one is in the shade Pink Quartz. I love the applicator. It's one of the big jumbo applicators. Thank you, e.l.f. for that. And it smells minty and fresh, but not too strong. Here it is mixed in with the lip liner, and this is the final look. So far, I am loving every single product from e.l.f. that I have tried. It is 5:32. The foundation's been on since like 4:30-ish. I'll be back probably at midnight to tell you how everything wore. I want to test the longevity of the lip oil, I want to test the longevity of the lip liner, and of course I want to see what the foundation is looking like quite a few hours from now, because I cannot believe how good it is. So I will be right back. You guys are not going to believe this, but it is 10:20 and I was going to wash my face to shower, and then I remembered I was filming this video and that I hadn't finished it yet, so here I am. I don't want to make it to midnight because I am exhausted at the moment. So you're getting like a 6-hour wear test from me today. It has not changed, it has not budged, it has not moved, it has not gotten oily, it has not gotten dry. I feel like it looks pretty similar to when I first applied it. It is not dry around my mouth. This new e.l.f. Camo Hydrating CC Cream is getting a 10 out of 10 from me. I haven't tried a new foundation that looked this good on my skin for a long time. It looks amazing in my opinion. It blurs my pores. It does not get oily. It does not get dry. It's just amazing. I am astounded. I cannot believe this $15 foundation is so good. For reference, I have desert dry skin, so if you like me have very dry skin, this foundation is going to definitely be for you. You will absolutely love it. As far as the blushes are concerned, I feel like they were pretty good, but I can see that they did get a bit lighter as time went by, but you can still see my cheeks looking rosy. I just feel like it looked a bit more intense when I first applied it, but like it's fine. And then the lip oil wore like a regular lip oil would. I think I had it on for maybe like 2 hours, and then I never reapplied it so that I could see how long the lip liner would wear. And the lip liner wore until I ate ramen. Once I ate ramen, of course it was gone. So honestly, for $2, the lip liner, highly recommended. The lip oil, which I never told you the price of the lip oil, I don't think. $8 is what I paid for the lip oil. I think it's definitely worth it as well. Honestly, everything I tried today I think is worth it. The blushes did wear off a little bit, but nothing terrible, honestly. And the foundation was definitely my favorite thing I tried in this video, because it is rare that I love foundation so much at first application, at first wear test, you know? So definitely try this one. Remember, if you are interested in any of the products I talked about today, I have them listed and linked down below. They might also be tagged on the video if you want to get them from there. And this is it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I am going to wash my face and take a shower and go to sleep. I love you so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.